Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court Law number 2. This morning, we have our motion to revoke probation docket and the announcement docket. When I call your name, will you please come up before the bench with your attorney? They're not here. Okay, Mr. Macy, your client is not here yet? It's
My client's in jail.
Oh, okay.
Pending
Felony? Okay,
thing is,
you come on up.
he's on the drug court docket for today.
Okay.
On his felony, so I would
Do you-
ask that he just get reset with the felony.
Now, if they dispose of the case today,
That's why I'm here, in case
Oh.
they do that. But I don't know how long that takes them to find out.
we probably need to call over there. We can call up. Have they started yet? You know who is? Okay, well, just wait a little while and then we'll find out.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, he'll be quick. His attorney's Mike Van Zant. He always is one of the first to go.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Jeffries, your client is in jail too? Darnell Williams, I see it says jail, says yes. He has a felony set today too.
Correct, Your Honor. We're just trying to track with that. I don't know that it's gonna be resolved today.
Okay, do you know what court it's in?
It's in drug court.
That's in drug court too? Okay, well, just set that, we'll see if we can find out something.
Yes.
That's our Darnell Williams. The other one was, let's see. Let's see.
Morris.
Yeah. So Derek Morris. Doderick. Okay. And Mr. LeBlanc's client is in jail too. Jerry Dryden. On page 3 of the docket. Yeah, Mr. LeBlanc,
Yes.
on Dryden, I see he has a felony set today as well.
Yes.
Do you know what court that one is in? Let me check. He's in drug court too?
Sure.
Okay, so what we'll do, we're gonna hold on it. We can see if we can find out whether or not they're gonna dispose of him today.
As soon as they get done, they can.
Hold up. That's supposed stays. Please, Booker. Please come forward. I'm doing fine. Yes, hold on a minute. Pull it up. Let's see. Yeah, he appeared in, let's see, this is cause numbers 23 CCCR 1411 and cause number 23 CCCR 1414. Both cases are styled state of Texas versus it says Jaquarius
Yes, sir.
Javon Booker. And Mr. Booker, I see here that on September 19th of 2023, you signed a document titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without an Attorney. On that document, you initialed the line that said, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney. Have you hired your own attorney?
I went and talked to two legal consultants, to do some, he told me before I could hire him, so I when I went to jail, I got out parole, they had me do 90 days, drug test, I paid a $360 fine, and I think I sat in jail for maybe 2 days. I'm gonna see what it's all, and then I go about how to work. See what I can do.
Well, you, right now, the only way you can talk to the prosecutor is, and I think in this document that you signed, Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defense without Attorney, it states that you may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney.
So I have to have the term to talk.
All right, I mean, you've, yeah, today.
Okay, man, I can talk to him and see, but as far as hiring, I'm probably go from there.
Well, I'll assume you would have to pay him if he's gonna represent whoever that attorney is. So how much time do you need?
Say 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay. Let's give him 30 days. We're gonna give you 30 days. We'll give you 4 weeks. Okay. Okay, give him 4 weeks. So that'll be sometime in December.
It's like, I came up with Monday to try to speak with you, because I think I caught you for lunch.
Well, I wouldn't be able to speak to you anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just stand in front of the coordinator, get your case reset. Once your case is reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Excuse me, Judge. So if I want to resolve it, I couldn't talk to him. So I couldn't talk-
If you want to resolve the case, you would have to sign another judge's explanation indicating that you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself.
Another step.
You would have to change it. We would have to give you another form to sign, indicating that you are waiving your right to an attorney and you want to represent yourself.
Could I do that and just? Could I do
Yeah,
that, Judge?
do we have we need to give him, hold on. Yeah, just have a seat.
Yes, sir.
Next case is cause number. Okay, this person that's on Zoom, Jadarian Taylor, please put your mic on mute. Okay, thank you. Next case is cause number M331098. Case is styled State of Texas versus Heaven Andrus. Okay, Ms. Andrews, this is cause number M331098, case is styled State of Texas versus Heaven Andrus. Ms. Andrews, is that your full name? How are you doing, Ms. Andrews?
I'm good.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Andrews. We have representing the District Attorney's Office, we have Ms. Erica Porter. Attorney Erica Porter, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
And we have Mr. Gary Gilliam is with the Jefferson County Probation Office. Mr. Gilliam, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Now, Ms. Andrus, I have before me a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. This motion was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. And in this motion, it alleges that you, Heaven Andrus, on March 14 of 2022, that the court found the evidence was sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, which is Class A misdemeanor. And the court deferred a finding of guilt or adjudication of guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 2 years. In this motion, there are 6 allegations. One of the allegations alleged that you, Heaven Andrus, committed the offense of possession of controlled substance on or about April 13th of 2022. The second allegation alleged that you failed to remain in the following locations in Jefferson County as ordered, and by being in Chambers County on the 13th day of April 2022. Allegation 3 alleges that you failed to abstain from the use of possession of drugs except those taken or possessed under doctor's orders. Allegation number 4 alleges that you failed to perform community service. Allegation number 5 alleges that you failed to attend and complete the DW education program. And allegation number 6 alleges that you failed to pay your court assessed fees. And in that, on April 20 to 2022, you was $45 in arrears.
Your Honor, are you reading from the current MTRP or the previous one?
I'm looking.
She was revoked recently as well. That sounds like the previous one.
Oh, she was?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see.
Yes, sir.
Which one is that? What on the what the first page is like a pre-sentence investigation. When was that one? Let me see. Notice. Okay, was that the September 28th, 2023? That might be it. I see a motion to revoke September 28th, 20.
That should be it. That should be it. How many allegations are you?
Hold on a minute. Motion to unadjudicated probation, September 25th. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I see one that was on September 25th of 2023. Okay, so now, Ms. Andrews, this motion alleges that you was placed on probation on May 31st of 2023, kind of go that law number 2, and for the offense of possession of controlled substance, which is a Class A misdemeanor. And the court deferred a finding of guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 2 years. And in this motion, okay, there are 6 allegations in this motion as well. One said that you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office June 15th of 2023. Allegation number 2 said that you failed to pay court assessed fees, and that as of September 6th of 2023 is $1,537 in arrears. And allegation number 3 alleged that you failed to perform the community service. Allegation number 4 alleged that you failed to complete the drug education program and pay required fees. Allegation number 5 and 6. One of them says that Devon Martin failed to report to Galveston. You're not Devon Martin. Allegation number 6 said that Devon Martin failed to report to the Jefferson County. You're not Devon Martin.
That's not that right allegation. I think we're reading from, because I don't have that on my last file in TRP.
I have it on mine. There was let's see, it was it must be
Probably another.
that was the last. Oh, was that the last one out there? Was it another? No, let me see. They amended it.
Mhm.
So this is an amended probation. So this is like first amended. Oh yeah, okay, it's amended. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so those other allegations are the same, it's just allegation number 5 in the amended probation alleged that you failed to report to the Galveston County Probation Office on August 21st of 2023, and that you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office by mail or web as ordered by the court for the month of August of 2023. Now, Ms. Andrews, if the court finds that any one of these allegations are true, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, you can be assessed up to 365 days, which is a year in the county jail. Do you understand that? Now, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have rights. One of the rights that you have a right to have an attorney. First, number one, if you can afford to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you time to hire an attorney. Now, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number 3, you may waive your right to have an attorney or give up your right to have an attorney and represent yourself. Now, if you want an attorney to represent you and you have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have enough money to hire one, you would need to fill out a financial affidavit, and it's a form that looks like this. Jefferson County Financial Affidavit. You'd have to fill out this form so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. Now, if you waive your right to an attorney, that is, give up your right to have an attorney, you may not speak to the prosecutor or the assistant district attorney unless you first sign a written waiver of your right to have an attorney. And the waiver is this document. It says, waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. Now, be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you, including your case. And it also may result in a loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, if you choose to proceed without an attorney, that is, if you decide to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that? Now, we're going to give you a document that's titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without Attorney. At the bottom of that document, it says defendant's choice. If you want your case reset to hire your own attorney, then you will put your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney to represent you, you put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want the court to appoint an attorney to represent you, then you'll place your initials on the third line to the left. If you've already been appointed a court-appointed attorney to represent you, then you'll place your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. Now, if you decide to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, you'll place your initials on the fifth line to the left. Now, once you finish initialing one of the 5 lines that I just mentioned, then you will sign your name on the line that is titled defendant, and you will date it today's date, November 8th of 2023. Do you understand? Okay. She's going, the bailiff is going to give you a clipboard with a pen. You just need to get that judge's explanation. Judge, yeah, the same thing. Yeah. That clipboard has an affidavit of indigence on it. Do you know this document? You can put that on there too.
Oh, it's on.
It's on there.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's the affidavit. That's part of the affidavit of
Okay,
indigence.
so give her all of these.
Yeah, and then you have the judge's explanation on there. I see the waiver right there. That's in your left hand.
Explanation.
No, you're gonna have to get it up here. It's not that. That's a waiver. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, Miss Andrews, she's gonna give you a clipboard with a pen on it. Just fill that information out. You can just have a seat, and once you finish filling it out, we're gonna call you back up. What else we got? This case is Francisca Curtis, cause number M332532. Oh, okay. Yeah, she can come up with it. That's mom. I remember her from last.
Okay.
Okay, this is cause number M332532. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Francisca Curtis. Ms. Curtis, how are you doing?
I'm doing what Judge.
That's good. Ms. Curtis, thank you here with your mother.
Mhm.
Is that correct, ma'am? How are you doing? That's good. And Ms. Curtis, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Lindsay Scott. Attorney Scott, how are you doing?
Good, Howard.
And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Attorney Huber, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
Ms. Scott, what is your announcement in Ms.
Oh,
Curtis's
we
case?
signed her up for plea, Your Honor.
Oh, she did? Oh,
This so.
Ms. Curtis, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Curtis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do so.
You may put your hand down.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Curtis, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about May 15th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Curtis, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Ms. Curtis, how do you plead? Not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
No comment.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? That's true. Now, Ms. Curtis, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? You recognize it? Okay. On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature on a line next to a box that's checked Nola Contendere, which means no contest. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
I do.
Oh, she didn't find it, Judge.
Oh, you know, she didn't sign it yet. Okay.
Looks like I have one if I verify.
Yeah. Now, Ms. Curtis, on the document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
I can understand.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
I can understand.
Okay. I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
That is my signature.
Ms. Curtis, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Ms. Scott, go over these documents with you?
Shouldn't go over them, but I did read them. It was kind of very general.
Okay, now you said you read the documents. Did you understand what you read?
I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Correct.
Okay. Ms. Curtis, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yeah.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit 1. State, you like to offer State's 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted into evidence. Ms. Scott, you were advised and counsel Ms. Curtis, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Curtis, your attorney, Ms. Scott, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation? Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Ms. Curtis, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The agreement is a plea to the state's offer of 6 days time served before it costs tax and retired.
Okay, Ms. Curtis. The state is offering that you serve 6 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 6 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the time that you have already spent in jail. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. What that means is you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Ms. Curtis, do you understand the state's offer?
Do you understand?
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay. Ms. Curtis, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Curtis, you're going to stand next to your attorney, follow the directions of the clerk. Once you finish following the directions of the clerk, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Ms. Scott, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Honorable Judge Carroll.
He's gonna print it. You're gonna take the right thumbprint.
Now, we have a dismissal for a literature.
Edward Lator Lewis.
Now that I'm looking at the third, yeah. But once we resolve it, but on these two, we can do.
Okay, all right, thank you.
This is cause number M332894. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Edward Lator Lewis. Mr. Lewis, is that your full name?
Sure.
Mr. Lewis, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Lewis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lewis, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Lewis?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Lewis, you represent in your case by your attorney, Alan Parker. Attorney Parker, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, thanks.
That's good. State is represented in this case by attorney Erica Porter. Attorney Porter, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Mr. Lewis, I have before me, let's see, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit. Mr. Lewis, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defensive? Now, Mr. Lewis, before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you read and understand everything in this document? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. And Mr. Lewis, you want the court to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department. Is that correct? Okay, the court is going to grant this motion. Forfeit the weapon to the Port Arthur Police Department. And the state also had another motion before it. This motion is titled a motion to dismiss the case. Is that correct, state?
It is, yeah.
And Mr. Lewis, I'm signing this motion to dismiss the case for forfeiture of the weapon. And your attorney will be able to get a copy of this in about 1 minute. And once you get a copy of the motion to dismiss from your attorney, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Here you go.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay. Where is Booker? Hold on a minute, let's see. Okay, Mr. Booker, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defense Attorney. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I need you to get, you didn't put your initials
Oh,
on the box. And let's get this to, there's a line, there's a check mark. So put your initials.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Booker, on this document titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without Attorney, the set of initials on the line that states I want to waive my right to attorney represent myself.
Yes, sir.
Place your initials on this document.
Yes.
On the next document that's titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of entering guilty plea proceeding to trial, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, it is. ma'am.
Now, Mr. Booker, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Mr. Booker, just have a seat and one of the prosecutors will come out and talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Just hold on. Kevin Andrews. You represent them? You didn't have no lawyer on here,
She was originally, I think, on the jail run.
but that was rescinded, wasn't it?
Was it rescinded?
Yeah,
Okay. Who's the
Okay.
attorney?
we don't have one. That's what we're gonna get ready to appoint whoever is next on the list.
Okay.
Mhm. Actually, Ms. Andrews, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document? Okay, now, Ms. Andrews, let me do this. Let me get this document. Would you? This, did you hand this document to her? She didn't put her initials on the, it just has a check. She's supposed to put her initials. Okay, Ms. Andrews. This document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document? And is this your signature? Oh, let you raise your right hand, Ms. Andrews. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Andrews, you may put your hand down. Now, is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? And are these initials online state you like to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that's titled that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Injuries. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above the line. It's titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature?
Okay.
Now, Ms. Andrews, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Andrews, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. An attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc is actually in court. That's the gentleman sitting right there by the wall. Now, our court coordinator is going to give you information to contact Mr. LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc would also be given information to contact you. Once you get that information, you can, maybe if you have some time to talk to Mr. LeBlanc, you can do that, or he can set an appointment with you. So stand in front of our court coordinator on the far end. Once you finish, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Bless you. Pass this to her. Curtis back then. Yeah, it's Francisca Curtis I need to. Who else would know? This guy, absolutely. The next case is cause number M 325-941. Case is style of state of Texas versus Caleb Williams. Mr. Williams, your full name is Caleb Williams. How you doing, Mr. Williams? You doing all right? That's good. Now, Mr. Williams, you're represented by your attorney Laura Perazo. Attorney Perazo, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor.
Welcome, Mr. Perazo. What is your announcement in Mr. Williams' case?
Your Honor, if we could just have another reset so we can have sufficient time to review the discovery. We have collected everything. I've had to reschedule a couple of appointments due to being in trial recently.
Okay, it's a pretty old case.
Yes, sir. We
Yeah.
were appointed in August.
Oh, you just appointed?
Well, we were appointed in August. We got the medium on September 20th. But since then, I've been in at least 2 jury trials and
Okay.
I've been really busy, so I apologize.
Okay, no, okay, so we're gonna reset. What's the reset date?
She's on the announcement basket.
Yes,
January 24th.
it's gonna be January 24th of 2023.
Yes, sir.
Okay, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Next case is cause number 23CC Sierra 2362, case of style of state of Texas versus Nicole Marie Turner. Prosecutor.
This one's after.
Oh, okay. Court is in session and cause number 23CC Sierra 2362. Case is style of the state of Texas versus Nicole Marie Turner. Ms. Turner, is that your full name? Ms. Turner, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Turner, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Turner, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Turner? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Turner. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Tom Roebuck. Attorney Roebuck, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor. Thanks for it.
You're welcome. And Mr. Roebuck, do you waive a record
Yes,
in Ms. Turner's case?
yes.
State is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Attorney Huber, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Turner, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Ms. Turner, it alleges that on or about August 27th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault bodily injury. Ms. Turner, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Turner, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No problem.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Freely.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Turner, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Ms. Turner, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials NT on the line next to a box that's checked no contendere, which means no contest. You place your initials on this document.
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? On the next document, this next document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Ms. Turner, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Roebuck, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Turner, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State. I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1
Yes,
with
sir.
evidence?
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Roebuck, supervising counsel, Ms. Turner, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Turner, your attorney, Mr. Roebuck, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Turner, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is a plea to the state's offer of 2 years deferred probation with a $500 fine and 40 hours community service.
Okay, and also on here, on the plea form, also it says that you're dismissing clause number F2324147
That's correct, Your Honor. This case is a reduction from the felony case.
Okay. Is that the right clause number, the F23? I mean, and is this, because,
Yeah, to be clear.
okay. I know the new numbers have changed.
It's
So, okay, before
I think
the
it's
Odyssey,
Joke.
okay. It's 2 years deferred. Okay, and this community service of 40 hours,
Yes,
is
sir.
that correct? Do we know what the court cost is? 277?
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to be deserved.
There was a problem.
Okay, now, Miss Turner. Okay. The state is offering that you serve 2 years deferred adjudicated probation. During the 2-year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $277. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, or your announcement fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is a total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $113 a month. Will you be able to pay the $113 a month? You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, and the state will be dismissing cause number 23-41479. Ms. Turner, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Turner, I would defer finding of guilt and place you on deferred adjudicated probation for a period of 2 years, $500 fine plus court costs. 40 hours of community service case will be dismissing cause number F23-41479, and also with the other, you would adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation, and as well as the monthly fee of $113 a month. Now, Ms. Turner, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Ms. Turner, you're gonna stand next to your attorney, follow the directions of the clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Roebuck, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. We need to. Okay, hold on a minute.
Rushing me because I just recall me with the drug court, Roger Bryant, MTRP document.
And I've submitted the paperwork for that dismissal.
Oh, Brian is being dismissed?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
The offense was refused by the DA's office. We're gonna do-
you dismissing that MTRP?
Correct. I've already submitted.
Let's see. Brian?
And he's ready now.
He can come on up. right, your full name is Roger Bryant, Roger Bryant Jr. How you doing, Mr. Bryant? That's good. Okay, so Mr. Bryant, you represented in this case by your attorney Kevin Lane. Attorney Lane, how are you doing?
Fine.
Uh, Now, Mr. Bryant, the state has just informed the court that it has filed a motion to dismiss your motion to revoke probation, and the court is going to sign this motion to dismiss. And I see that you were placed on 1 year probation, on 1 year unadjudicated probation on February 28th of 2023. Is that correct? So that just simply means they're going to dismiss this motion to revoke your probation. That still means that you're still on probation. All right? All right. So I'm signing this motion. Your attorney should get a copy of this motion in about 1 minute.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you can stand in front of the coordinator, get your dismissal. Once you get your dismissal, you'll be free to go. Mr. Bryan, you have a blessed day, and you're free to go as well. Mr. Lane, you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That Jaquarius Booker? I think that's. Douglas County Court, Law Number 2 is back in session. Court is in session, 2 cases. First case is clause number 23 CCCR 1411. Second case is clause number 23 CCR 1414. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus, is that Jaquarius? Jaquarius Devon Booker. Mr. Booker, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Booker, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Booker, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Booker, I have before me, actually, before we get started, Mr. Booker, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. The second document is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea Proceeding to Trial. Now, prior to starting this hearing, you informed the court that you recognize these two documents, is that correct? And that your signatures and initials was on the Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney, and your signature is on the Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea Proceeding to Trial. Is that correct? And you also stated that everything in these documents is true and correct to the best of your knowledge. And in the judge's explanation, you state that you want to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you signed a written waiver. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the state is represented in this case by Attorney Sarah Staub. Attorney Staub, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, Your Honor?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Booker, I have before me a document in cause number 23CCCR 1411 as titled Information Sheet. This information sheet alleges that on or about February 27th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense while possession of dangerous drugs. Mr. Booker, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty. Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Now, Mr. Booker, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials. First set of initials is on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
The second set of initials is below a paragraph next to a statement that reads, I do not request discovery of the evidence, and I waive my right to request discovery of the evidence in this case, and I choose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest.
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on this line?
Yes, sir.
Also, on the same document on page 3, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Booker, before you sign that initial, all of these documents that I just showed you, did you read and understand everything in these documents? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes,
Mr. Booker, are you a citizen of the United States?
yes, sir.
State, I have before me states 1, state like office states 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any other? Now, Mr. Booker, the state is offering State's Exhibit Number 1 to be admitted into evidence. State's Exhibit Number 1 is the document that you acknowledge, that you recognize, which is State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's the same document that have your initials in these two locations on page 2 and your signature on page 3. The state would like to use this document as evidence against you in your case. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Booker, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Mr. Booker, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt And I will also find that I will also find that your plea and waivers was given freely and voluntarily. Mr. Booker, or state, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's 90 days county jail, probated for 1 year, $100 fine, and 40 hours of community service. And state for this plea is dismissing 23 CCCR 1414.
What is this court cost in this case?
370.
$377. Thanks. Okay. States, okay. Now, Mr. Booker, state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you'll not be required to serve any time in Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $100 plus court costs of $377. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Is he 100? Okay. And you also be required to pay a crime lab fee of $100. You'll be required to pay a total. You will be required to pay monthly installments of $136 a month. Will you be able to pay the $136 each month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, and the state will be dismissing cause number 23 CCCR 1414. And you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and condition of your probation. Mr. Booker, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Booker, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Booker, you're gonna stand in front of the court coordinator, follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You are.
Okay, if you don't mind having Vice Chair, we'll call you in to do this.
I hadn't got there yet. February. Send Booker back to me. Thought I had signed it. No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I was talking about your paperwork, yeah. No, I was talking to her about his paperwork. What else? Oh, Mr. Reynolds.
Your Honor,
Lauren, huh?
I just submitted the dismissal on Dodrick Moore's, he put on his felony.
Dodrick Morris, okay. Is Lauren Gonzalez present? Ms. Gonzalez, would you please come forward? This is cause number M 330-974, case of South State of Texas versus Lauren A. Williams Gonzalez. Ms. Gonzalez, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Gonzalez, you're representing your case by your attorney Nathan Reynolds, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Reynolds, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Reynolds, what is your announcement in Ms. Gonzalez's case?
Judge, I was a little late getting my request for discovery into the district attorney. We have it now. I'd ask the court to allow us another reset for announcement. And I've talked to Ms. Gonzalez. She's going to come by my office and visit me.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, Ms. Gonzalez, your case is reset to January 24th of 2024. You're gonna get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please stand in front of the court coordinator. And Mr. Reynolds, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Write down his name.
This is cause number M 333-686, case of style of state of Texas versus Victoria Lawrence Smith. Ms. Smith, is that your full name? Okay, Ms. Smith, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Ms. Smith, I see here that the court gave you your final reset to hire your attorney. Is that correct? Have you hired your attorney? And why have you hired an attorney? You did what? I understand what you're saying. Okay, could we give her a affidavit of injuries to fill out? Okay. And you're gonna give it a judge's day? Just give it an affidavit of injuries. Let's see. Do they have any on there? Or what are the affidavits up here in front of you?
My notes.
There we go. Okay. This should be 3 pages.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else.
You got a clipboard and ink pen? Yeah.
Say hi.
Okay, you can just have a seat and fill out that document. Oh, there's Matuska. Mr. Matuska?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Colton Smith, would you come forward? Prosecutor. Okay, this is cause number 236CCR 1416, case of style state of Texas versus Colton Edward Smith. Mr. Smith, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Smith?
I'm doing 100%.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Smith. You're representing your case by your attorney, Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, how are you doing?
Morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Matuska, what is your announcement in Mr. Smith's case?
Your Honor, looks like we have all the discovery from Mr. Smith, and we're prepared to put this on the trial docket.
Okay, reset for trial?
Yes, sir.
Underlying felony that stemmed out of this event. I don't know if Mr. Matuska is aware of that.
I was not aware of that.
Okay, so you have a pending felony?
Yeah, it was all during the same.
It was the same event.
Okay, I'm just saying, you have a court date on that felony?
No, it's still deferred. I looked it up and they.
So it hadn't been filed?
It has been, but it looks like they're waiting on probably blood or labs. It was DWI with the child, so it's probably gonna take a minute for everything to come
Yeah, they
in.
took blood and then I hadn't had it.
It hadn't came.
Okay, so if it's filed, do you have a court date on the
It's nothing
felony?
showing. It's nothing showing in my system.
Did you, she's gonna check.
Yeah, like nobody, like my bondsman or anybody, nobody's heard.
Right.
You ever been to court on it?
No, sir. Like,
Well, the labs
like
are back, you know,
police
it's
or-
nothing showing.
Well, it hadn't been filed. Probably hadn't gone before a grand jury. So it's just, y'all have it in intake, but so you hadn't filed it.
Right.
Yeah, so let's give us a reset, couple of months. Mr. Matuska,
Yes, sir.
they have a felony they have an unfiled felony that is occurred out of the same criminal episode. So that hadn't been filed yet. Apparently, state said he may be waiting on a lab. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
know how long that's gonna take.
Could we have
So-
that on the announcement then, Your Honor?
Okay, keep it on the announcement docket.
Okay. January 20th.
Okay, 29th?
Which William?
Okay, this case is gonna be reset to January 29th, 2024. Court to check on the status of the unfiled felony case. It is out of the same criminal episode. Now, Mr. Smith, you're gonna get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
And Mr., thank you. And Mr. Matuska, your reset will be sent to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you have a blessed day. You have a blessed day as well.
Yes, sir, you too.
You're welcome. Next case is cause number 23CCCR 1259, case of South State of Texas versus Joseph Janiel Benitez Gomez.
They'd be sitting right outside the door. We were down.
Yes, he is a felony.
Yes, Your Honor, it was CDC, and I'm not certain what the date is.
Say he has another case. Seven.
I'm quite certain we're going to be able to take care of this case.
Mr. Gomez? Your full name is Joseph Janiel Benitez Gomez. How you doing, Mr. Gomez?
Good.
You doing good? That's good. Now, Mr. Gomez, you're represented in your case by your attorney James Padgett. And Mr. Gomez says he has two cases. Another case, first case is cause number 23 CCCR 1259. Second case is cause number 23 CCCR 1260. And in one case, we have Attorney James Padgett representing. In the second case, we don't have anybody representing. There's three? Where's the other case? Oh, the other case is, yeah, to M 324960.
Your Honor, I'm gonna be handling those cases for him, so I just need to, I'll get. the
Yeah,
proper
we have you
paperwork
on,
submitted.
on two of them. Let me see.
You tell me which ones. I'll.
The one you're not on, or
Okay.
the one you are on? The one you're not on is
Not.
23 CCCR 1260.
Okay. I'll make sure the proper paperwork is submitted today and we'll take care of that problem. Thank you very much. We'll just trying to save you from going ahead and getting today.
Oh, I'm looking at the one.
See, so we've got, well, there are two of them that end with 60.
Yeah, they right. One of them's 59, the other is 60.
Right, one of them's 4960 and the other one's 1260.
Yeah.
So I'm not on either of the 60s
Yeah, you let's see.
because I
You
showed.
got 59.
I'm on
You're on the
23.
4960.
Right.
You're just not on the
Gotcha.
1260.
Gotcha. Okay.
The 1260.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Okay, let me find, looking for his. I'll see his. Oh, and they have him Benitez Gomez. That's what I missed it. Okay. I need to give him some bond conditions.
Standard conditions. These conditions are in every case. That's similar to yours in this court, okay? So there's nothing unusual, just.
Excuse me.
These are just standard on every case.
I mean, there's no complaint to it. Yeah.
Let's see this. Okay, Mr. Benitez, I have some bond conditions that we're gonna hand to you just in a few minutes, but I'm gonna read them to you. And it's titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Following return of criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds are executed for release of any defendant named herein or order subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and a test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Okay.
And condition number 3, let me see, because he has 3 cases. One is a weapons resistance search. 7-1 false drug test. Okay. 3 and 4 doesn't apply. However, condition number 5 does apply. Condition number 5 states that the defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm ammunition unless the defendant is a peace officer as defined by section 1.07 of Texas Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Now, do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked, and if your bond is revoked, warrant will be issued for your arrest, and you'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? We need a copy of this here, Miss. We're gonna give you a copy of that. Your case is gonna be reset. Give us a reset date.
Well, except felony may happen.
Okay, so your case is gonna be reset with your felony. Your attorney's gonna get a copy of your bond conditions. Once you get your bond conditions from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Just make sure you get your bond conditions before you leave.
He's meeting with me on the 15th, Your Honor.
Well, I want to give him his bond conditions before you leave.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was gonna meet with him on the 15th.
I mean, it's just gonna take a few seconds. I just need to give him to him before you leave. Because if something happens.
Well, okay, that's fine. Trying to get into that.
Okay, take a, yeah, he's just gonna take a minute or two to make a copy and give it to him.
No problem.
There's a copy right there. Next case is cause number 23CCCR0694. Case is style of state of Texas versus Raphael Orozco Ceja. Mr. Ceja, would you please come forward? Mr. Ceja, your full name is Raphael Orozco Ceja?
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Ceja?
Right.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Ceja. You representing your case by your attorney, James Patrick. Attorney Patrick, what's your announcement, Mr. Ceja's case?
Your Honor, we have now received all discovery. Also, we've received an offer from Mr. Hubel. I just need to review the videotape with my client, which we're going to be doing this within the next couple of weeks. And we can dispose of this.
Give us a
case.
reset date.
January 24th.
Okay, this case reset January 24th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Once you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Next case is cause number M3330, cause number M333200. Cause number M333202. Case is style of state of Texas versus Reginald King. Mr. King, your full name is Reginald King. How you doing, Mr. King? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. King, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, what's your announcement in Mr. King's case?
Your Honor, this was Mr. Hoffpower's case. It's now Mr. Hubel's. Mr. Hoffbauer had an offer on the file. I'm trying to negotiate a little bit more with Mr. Hubel. This is going to be a plea. If you could just put it on a plea docket,
Give us a reset date.
we'll work this case out.
January 22nd, 2024.
Yes, sir.
We reset it for plea.
Yes, sir.
Mr. King, your attorney gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you are free to go and you have a blessed day. And Ms. Paget, I think this is your last case.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're
May I
free to
please-
go. Yes, and you have a blessed
Thank
day.
you, Your Honor.
Okay.
You too.
Next case is Chelsea Broughton. Ms. Broughton, you need to leave your purse with the bailiff. Okay. Now, Ms. Broughton, your full name is Chelsea Raquel Broughton. How you doing, Ms. Broughton? That's good. Ms. Broughton, you're representing your case by your attorney Tom Burbank, who's appearing via Zoom. Mr. Burbank, how are you doing?
Doing fine, Judge.
Mr. Burbank, what is your announcement in Ms. Broughton's case?
I am just waiting for the videos. It's a shoplifting case, and we should be able, hopefully, dispose of it, asking for a normal reset to an announcement date. Then I can talk to the prosecutor.
Okay, this case is reset to January 29th, 2023. Excuse me, 2024. Mr. Burbank, your case will be, you'll be given a copy of your reset once you get your reset. And Ms. Broughton, you're gonna get your reset here in court. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go stay in contact with your attorney and your bailiff. Okay? Get your reset, you'll be free to go. Next case is Jorge Gonzalez. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Now, Mr. Burbank, what is your announcement in Mr. Gonzalez case?
Your Honor, I'm still waiting for the videos from the district attorney. They may be up there. I don't have them. I'm asking for a normal reset so that I can get the videos in car, and also if there's any body cams in reference
Okay,
to
this
it.
case is going to be reset to January 29th of 2024. You understand that? Okay, tell him to stay in contact with his attorney and his bondsman. He can get his reset, have his first chair. She's gonna call him up to the window. When he gets his reset, he's free to go. Tell him to have a reset. Mr. Burbank, I think this is the last case. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Okay. Next case is call M333310. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Jadarian O'Brien Taylor. Mr. Taylor is appearing via Zoom. Jadarian Taylor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Taylor, you're represented in this case by your attorney, Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, how are you doing? And Mr. Taylor, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine now. Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement?
Judge, we would ask for one more meeting in this setting, and we are working on seeing if we can resolve it.
Okay, now, Mr. Taylor, on your court date, you need to be here in person, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's that court date? It's just, it's an announcement. Okay, this case is reset to January 29th of 2023. Your attorney is gonna, 2024, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman, you're free to go. And what's that? Yeah, on the MTRP, right? Okay, hold on a minute. This case is going to be reset to January 10th. Your attorney is going to get your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Case is reset January 10th, 2024 at 9 a.m. You need to be here in person. All right. You're
Yes,
free.
sir.
And you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. This is Jadarian Taylor, the first person on the MTRP docket. Next case is Max Owen Linthicum. Okay. This is cause number M333440, case of style of state of Texas versus Max Owen Linthicum. Mr. Linthicum, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Linthicum, you're represented by your attorney, Tessa Galmore. Attorney Galmore, what is your announcement?
Judge's felony was reset to January 29, so we would ask to keep this with that.
Okay, we're gonna keep it with his felony, January 29th of 2024. Mr. Linthicum, your attorney gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and stay in contact with your bondsman and your attorney. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Galmore, I think this is your last case. You're free to go as well. And you have a blessed day. You're welcome.
That's fine.
Timothy Aronovich. Let's see. Let's see.
It's an appeal traffic.
Yeah, and I'm looking for.
CDL.
Okay, I'm trying to look for the JP. That's correspondence. Judgment, correspondence, announcement. Let's see what we have in file. Let me see. Citation. That's the bond. Judgment. Complaint. Okay. That's a pre-trial notice. Might have mislabeled it. It says complaint. Let's see if that's it. Oh, here we go. Yeah. And this is cause number 23CCCR1872. The case is style of state of Texas versus Timothy Aronovich. Mr. Aronovich, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Aronovich, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Aronovich, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you may put your hand down. Mr. Aronovich, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You doing all right?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Now, Mr. Aronovich, you're represented in your case actually by your attorney Todd E. T. Koch. Mr. T. Koch is not here. However, standing in for Mr. T. Koch is Attorney Don Boudreaux. Does Mr. Boudreaux have your permission to stand in for Attorney T. Koch?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
That's good. Mr. T. Koch, Mr. Timothy Aronovich, I have before me a document that is titled complaint. Actually, this complaint was filed by the JP. Let's see. Sure. Okay. This complaint actually was filed by the sheriff's office. In this complaint, it alleges that on or about the 25th day of April of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you, Timothy Aronovich, did and dare commit the offense of speeding. Mr. Aronovich, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is the one that don't erase. Okay, I just made a little correction on this here. State's Exhibit 1. I'll read it to you now. I have before me misdemeanor plea admonishment, also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yeah.
Okay, on page 2 of this document, you'll notice that I have there's a word and I have some initials here.
Okay.
And then I'll just read what I've inserted. This after being admonished as to the nature and charges against me of all my rights and consequences of entering a plea of guilty or no contendere, I do hereby state that I have read the charging instrument, whether it be an information, and then what I put or complaint, because the charging instrument that we have in this case is a complaint, not an information, or complaint, or a motion to revoke probation, and the state and the court has explained it to me, and I committed each and every element alleged. I further asked the court to accept my plea and waiver of jury trial and enter a judgment and proceed against me according to the law without further delay. I hereby enter a plea of nolo contendere. Now, is that it? Are these your initials on the line next to the box that says check nolo contendere? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. First box says check states that this is a plea bargain case, and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
The second box that check states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Does he have discovery cert
No,
on
because
that?
it's a class C.
Okay. Now, Mr. Aronovich, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Correct.
Mr. Aronovich, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State I have before me states one. State you like to offer state exhibit number one.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, sir.
No objections. State's exhibit number one will be admitted and hey, Mr. Boudreaux, you're waiving the record in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Boudreaux, is there any evidence that your client is mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
And Mr. Ronovich, your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And your attorney, Mr. Takashi, has also advised and counseled. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ronovich, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's 60 days of deferred probation, $150 fine, and court costs.
Okay. Now, Mr. Aronovich, the state is offering that you serve, that you serve 60 days on deferred probation.
It's deferred probation, Your Honor.
I think the minimum is 90.
Not for a class C.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking, okay. So he's serving 60 days deferred probation, $150 fine plus court costs. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Aronovich, do you have a commercial driver's license?
No. No.
Okay. So you do not have a commercial driver's license?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, hold on a minute. Okay. So the state is offering 60 days. Well, actually, the only thing he's doing is a fine only. You're just deferring. You're really just doing a deferred for him to pay to fine.
Yes,
That's what it is.
right. So that
Because
fine
this is a class C fine only, huh?
Because that fine won't be due today, because he's gonna be placed on probation, correct? So he has to.
Oh, he can pay it today.
Yeah, he can pay it today, on probation.
Yeah, he can just pay all of it up, really. But so that's 60 days, a deferred, $150 fine plus court costs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the court cost?
270.
270 plus probation fee 120 plus $30 for the and then $15. Okay. Let's see what that is gonna come to. So that's 50 plus 270 plus 120 plus 3 equal 580. What they do is take them. This here. State is offering that you serve 6 months deferred adjudicated probation during the probationary period. You'll be required to pay a probation. You'll be required to pay a fine of $150 plus court costs. Court costs is $270 plus probation fee, $60 a month. Your analysis fee of $15 a month and a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installment, which you're going to be paying for 1 month, is $585. Will you be able to pay the $585?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Aronovich, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
You think the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Aronovich, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Aronovich, if you successfully complete this probationary period, the case will be dismissed, will not appear on your record as conviction. And you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure. Okay. You're gonna stand next to your attorney, follow the direction of the clerk. Once you finish following the directions, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
So, Your Honor, that was 60, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Hold on a minute.
And then you're gonna go
Okay. Hold on a minute.
It's next.
Okay. No, you can get, he's gonna get that to the court coordinator. This case is gonna be reset with your felony case. You're gonna do the same thing that you did today. Go to you, come here, report, and then go to felony and come back over here, okay?
Come here first, report,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
go over there.
yeah, when you come over
Because
here,
the lawyer just got on to me and told me I needed to be there first.
no, but we don't know if you here. We don't wanna forfeit your bond. No, just don't be
Just check
confused.
Check it.
Just check in and let us know, then you can go over there.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay, you're welcome.
Something over here.
Just have a seat. She's gonna give you just have a seat in that. Just have a seat in the first chair on the wall. She's gonna give you reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You have a blessed day also.
Thank you. Ooh. Jackie Robinson? Okay, Mr. Robinson, you come on. Your attorney was here earlier. Ms. Barrazo, you had a felony case set today? Stand in the middle. You can give her the paperwork. Okay, that has a court date on it?
No, you got probation.
Oh, they disposed of your case. Where's Ms. Barrazo?
I'll call her. She left me with her number. She
Okay,
has to go next door.
I'll just have a seat. She may be next door. Tremaine Kennedy?
I didn't know that they had done it.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you may be excused.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Mr. Kennedy, you represented by Joel Vasquez?
You just switched my login to him.
So Joel Vasquez? Okay. We just have a seat. We'll get Mr. Vasquez.
That's okay. It's fine. Oh, no, it's okay.
Ms. Smith. This is cause number M333-686, case of style of the state of Texas versus Victoria Laura Smith. Ms. Smith, is that your full name? Ms. Smith, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Smith, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Ms. Smith, you may put your hand down. Now, Ms. Smith, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant signature. Is your signature. On the next document that's titled trial course, that's titled Jefferson County, that's titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, are these your initials on the line stating you would like to apply for court-appointed attorney? Now, Ms. Smith, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents? And did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, Ms. Smith, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy will be given information to contact you, and you will be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in the first chair by the wall.
It's the 23 DCCR 114.
Okay.
One 14.
Okay.
Next case is cause number M331150. Case of style of state of Texas versus Jacqueline Sevilla Hill. Jacqueline Sevilla Hill.
Yeah, it's AVA, and I'm here.
Okay, Miss Hill. You say your middle name is Sevier?
Yeah, Jacqueline Janelle Sevier, and then I don't know if they got Galleria on there as well, but it don't matter.
Okay, now Miss Hill, I think the last time you were to appear, you may have had some car trouble or something. Is that correct?
No, I was in court the last time you see me. It was like getting a lawyer, but I decided that I was gonna get a court-appointed lawyer. But today I was supposed to be in court, but in Cinco Ranch, because I live in Katy, Texas. So I had a blowout, but I did come to my last appointment. Well, my last court date. I never missed the court date.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Okay.